Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dynamic Discs Open, presented by Dynamic Discs in Emporia, Kansas. This is the second stop on the PDGA National Tour for the 2021 season. So your commentary team today is going to be myself, Paige Shue.
And I'm Deanne Carey.
We're super excited to watch the back nine of the FPO chase card during the final round of the DDO here at Emporia Country Club.
On the chase card today, we have Heather Young, sponsored by Prodigy.
Love that smile of hers.
We have Maria Oliva, sponsored by Innova.
Cute little dangly earrings. I don't know if I could play in dangly earrings.
I could not. We have Erika Stinchcomb, sponsored by Westside. She looks super serious.
Oh yeah, fresh with those glasses.
And then, of course, we have Missy Gannon of Team Discraft.
Putting machine. If y'all have not watched the front nine, go check it out. She drained lots of good putts, so we'll see if she can keep it up.
This is going to be a great card. This is your scorecard after 9 holes.
Yeah, definitely a lot of ups and downs so far. It's pretty windy out here at the country club, so.
Definitely. We're going into hole 10. This is a 402-foot par 3. This one goes downhill pretty much the entire way. OB on the left and the right. Really, we're just trying to flex something just to get down there to hopefully have a putt.
Yeah, maybe like the farther throwers in our division could reach this hole, but most of us are just trying to get our par. That OB on the right and left do come into play more than you might think.
And as you can see from Missy's drive, it's pretty windy out there. We've been dealing with the wind on the front nine.
So she goes OB pretty early. She's going to have a tough up and down for her bogey save.
Heather let the wind get under that one a little bit, but hers is inbounds.
Yeah, she should be able to get up and down from there. Ooh, looks like Erika just didn't quite get enough oomph behind the disc, but I think she hit that tree and it kept her in bounds, it looks like. Maria ripping on something really overstable. Barely nicks that tree.
Oh, and she's inbounds.
Inbounds.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Living on the edge there. So we'll have Heather throwing her upshot first of the group.
That looks like a really good upshot.
Yeah, flexi A2 skip forehand shot. She'll be inside the circle.
Erika just trying to do the same thing that Heather did. Get a little skip up there.
Yeah, it's like a harp, something that just low speed that'll dump really quickly and fight that wind.
And this is Missy's zone.
Looks like she threw it a little softer than she wanted, but she's up there. Marie's throwing it nice and low, right up underneath the basket. This is Missy for her bogey, I believe, because she dipped her out of bounds. So good putt from her.
It's a good par from Heather.
Yeah, Heather's had a really clean, steady round so far. Maybe some nerves on that putt. Didn't quite focus. Hit some right side chains. She'll be taking her bogey as Maria taps in her par. It's an unfortunate miss. It's a pretty short putt that she probably wanted to make.
Yeah, she was probably just rushed it a little bit with the wind and then didn't commit fully to it.
Next up, we have hole 11. It's a 408-foot par 3. We're pretty much trying to throw as far as we can. There is OB left on that cart path, and also those white flags on the right. It plays a little longer, I'd say, because it does. I mean, it kind of goes downhill, but then it goes back uphill. So relative to the tee pad, from tee pad to basket, it's going to be a little bit of an uphill elevation. So we're all trying to just rip it as far as we can. Maybe like Maria could give herself a putt, but I think everyone else is just trying to land somewhere on that fairway to keep it safe and get up and down for the par.
Heather going with a really high backhand.
Where did that go?
I'm not sure.
I think she landed on the fairway. She got it up high enough. Somewhere.
Like you said, it looks like Maria's going to go for it if it just sits down.
Yeah, but she crossed decently far up there, so maybe she'll have a long look, but probably going to be settling for a bogey.
Missy looks like she's just playing the smart play, just laying up there.
Yeah, really putting it out wide. trusting that disc to fade. Maybe there's a little bit of a wind that's pushing her disc down. So great shot from Missy. Erika's probably going to want to do something similar.
Yep.
Yeah, good shots from them. They're throwing a nice flick.
Heather has those approach sidearms dialed in.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. 10 throws from that spot. She's probably parking it. Maria maybe giving it a nice little bid, but she's looking at bogey at best. She'll have a little bit of a long comebacker putt. Beautiful shot from Erika. Easy approach for Missy.
Really good putt from Maria.
Yeah.
For her par.
Yeah, she's a solid spin putter.
She is.
Played with her a few years ago, and she definitely wasn't confident on her putting. Whoa, that's uncharacteristic. Crazy miss from Heather. But yeah, I was saying Maria wasn't as confident as she is now in her putting. So it's awesome to see her making those long putts, trusting her stroke. And it's really paying off. I mean, she's on chase card at NNT.
Yes, she's been playing very well these last few months.
Mm-hmm. Good par putt for Missy.
Erika says she's going to make sure that one stays in the basket.
And again, Heather seemed pretty puzzled on that putt. So that's an unfortunate bogey that she's probably going to regret.
Your updated leaderboard after 11 holes. And we're going into hole 12. This is a 324-foot par 3. A lot of the women are just either going to throw something at that tree in the middle just to have it hyzer out, or flex something to try to go for it. It's either you have to commit to either go for it or lay it up. There's really no in between on this hole.
Yeah, and in this high winds, I doubt anyone's going to be reaching the basket. So, looking at hopefully a handful of pars here.
It's like Missy's going for it.
Wow. Oh.
That looks
like it's in bounds.
It looks like.
Yeah, and that's one of the scary parts. You really got to crank over on something if you want to get to the right side of that big tree, which then brings that right OB into play. So you want to make sure you're throwing something overstable and committing, so you don't hyzer out too early into the bush, but not turn it over too much into the out of bounds. Heather's probably going to be throwing just a hyzer just to get past that tree.
Yeah.
Perfect shot.
Mm-hmm. She'll have a good shot to the basket from there.
Maria's going on the left side of that tree. Not quite sure where she landed, but here's Heather pitching up her A2.
Ooh, the wind got that one.
Yeah, but
she should have that putt.
Yeah.
Erika looked like she's running it a little bit. Ooh, had a little action, but it set down.
Oh, okay. So Maria ended up in the tree, so she'll have to get down on a knee. Great up from there. So Missy for the long birdie look.
Ooh.
Her putter finally hit the ground for the first time in a few holes, so.
Oh, looks like Erika
missed that
that one.
So she'll be taking a bogey. That's not uncommon on this hole. It's pretty tricky, especially in the wind.
Yes.
Heather with a nice solid putt for her par.
And this hole actually played as the most difficult hole on the course.
Wow. Why? Like no birdies and a bunch of bogeys?
Yep.
Sounds about right. There's your updated leaderboard after hole 12. All right, we're on to hole 13. This is a 336-foot par 3. It plays pretty much uphill most of the way. There is OB on this left side, those white flags that you see. And there's also that OB cart path on the right side, but most of us, that's really not coming into play. Again, maybe some of the further throws can get up here for the birdie. and get themselves a putt. But most of us are just trying to rip as far as we can and hopefully just, pitch up and get an easy par.
Yes.
So looks like we got Missy on the box here. Putting it out wide, maybe a little more wider than she wanted, but that's the mistake you want to make just because that OB on the left can really come up quick.
Yes. In this wind, you have to be very careful too, because if it's a headwind, like it looks like, it can lift it up. Kind of like what Heather's is doing, but...
Whoa, that was like a straight lace. Didn't really deviate too much to the left or right. So good rip from Heather. She'll have an easy up and down for her par.
Oh, looks like Maria got it turned over a little too much. Is it going to come back? Yes. That was a good shot.
Yeah, she'll have a pretty routine up and down. I feel like I'm saying up and down a lot, but this course you literally of up and down.
You're throwing up and down. May not seem like it on camera, but
it's like every approach is like 200 feet. Just get up to the basket.
Yep.
Good second shot from Erika, but she'll have a little bit of work to do to save her par. So Heather might be contending with this tree just a little bit, but she throws a skip shot. A little too juiced, but she's about 20 feet.
Maria just laying it up.
Looks like Missy has to do a straddle putt. She gives it some good height, just not quite popped up over enough, so she'll have a easy par look.
Good putt from Heather.
It's cool that there's a gallery out, one of the first few events in a long time where there's actually spectators allowed, so it was really cool to hear people cheer in. And
it was really nice to see. Definitely very well missed.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we're tapping in a bunch of pars and a bogey. Heather at 1 down for the round, Maria at 6 over, as well as Erika at 6 over, and Missy's at 2 down for the round.
When the PDGA National Tour rolls into town, the action is intense and the competition fire. But every inferno, no matter the size, must begin as a spark. With PDGA sanctioned leagues and tournaments, anyone can get in the game. Fuel your fire. Find an event near you at pdga.com.
Going into hole 14, a 600-foot par 4. This hole goes downhill pretty much the entire way. You don't have to worry too much about the OB on either side of the basket. Just throw it as straight as we can out there and then hopefully get a shot for the birdie.
Yeah, maybe that white fence you see back there might come into play on the upshot. Maybe
on your second shot, but off of your drive, it's really not too much into play.
Yeah. We're all just trying to rip it down as far as we can. So Missy's playing that right side. It flips up. She's trying to get it to hyzer back.
And bounce?
Yeah, I think that looks like it was in bounds.
And that looks like a really good shot from Heather.
Thank you.
I think Maria's ripping on a destroyer here. Very good shot.
Such a good shot. That's pretty far down there.
Yeah, made her way through the trees, not really hitting anything. She's going to hyzer out a little bit left, giving her a more direct look at the basket for the birdie. Erika gets that one a little nose up. Gets caught up in those trees.
She'll have a pretty good look there, but she'll have a little bit of trees to contend with.
Yeah, if you land in those trees, you're definitely not getting a birdie, but you can
still save your par.
Yeah, Missy's in bounds by quite a bit. So she's looking to attack, maybe get up and down for that birdie.
Looks like she just...
Ooh. I think that's in bounds, short of that wall, so in bounds. She was just, I'm guessing she was afraid of that OB to the right, so she told herself, hey, if you're not going to, throw a perfect shot, the error is going to be to hyzer out.
Exactly.
So smart play for Missy.
Heather being the lefty just throws a good shot.
Wow.
She'll have a tester putt, but I don't think there is a such thing as a tester putt for Heather.
I know. And she throws far. I think she's underestimating herself on her distance because being that close to the basket and two, I mean, it's a 537-foot hole, so
Yes.
she was throwing pretty good.
See if Erika, yep, she'll have a good putt.
Missy just giving it a half bid. She comes up short. She'll have a tap in par. So this is going to be Heather for her birdie. Solid putt.
Good putt from Erika as well.
And a couple of pars. There's your updated leaderboard after 14 holes. All right, hole 15. This hole is 360 feet. It plays a little bit downhill. There is OB that we're about to fly over. That is the golf fairway. So that's going to be out of bounds. So if you turn it over a little bit too much on your drive, that does come into play. If you hyzer out a little bit early, that cart path comes into play on the left side. So really, you're just trying to keep it in bounds. I'd say a decent amount of the women can reach this hole, but it's definitely a good birdie to get. Like where most of us are walking away happy with pars.
Oh, definitely.
And any drive that lands out of bounds, no matter if it's left side or right side OB, goes to a drop zone.
Yes.
Got Missy. So you
Looks like
can
it's a little too low, but it skips in it. Yeah. Skips up to maybe circle 2.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bit of a tailwind, so it's knocking their disc down. So they're really wanting to make sure they're putting it out left enough, because if they're putting it out wide and that wind drops it, that right OB definitely comes into play. So Maria with enough power and juice to get pretty far down there, even with that tailwind knocking her disc down.
This looks like it's a good height for Erika.
Yeah, y'all see how high. Oh, she skipped barely off of the out of bounds, but she'll be inbounds. That wind is really pushing them down. So it looks like everyone's probably just going to be pitching up for their pars. Maybe Maria will have a long putt. We'll see.
It's hard to give the basket a really good bid in this stiff of a tailwind because it just wants to knock your disc down.
Yeah, just as you saw, that literally
Yes.
dropped so quick. That's pretty funny. But, tailwind putts are the kind of putts you want.
You want them, yes, but
So everyone's just pretty much right underneath.
tapping in a bunch of pars here.
Heather's putting together a pretty solid round. I mean, I think she only had that one bogey where that putt missed low, and she was pretty surprised by it. So
Yeah.
pretty sure she's making a move for a podium finish right now in third place. Good putt for Missy. Smiling, waving to the gallery.
Here's your updated leaderboard after hole 15. Heather and Missy are having great rounds at 2 down so far. Going into hole 16, a 262-foot par 3. Definitely say one of the scariest par 3s that we play.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty simple. Just make it on the island and get a putt.
Yeah, if you don't make the island, there is a drop zone that's about, like 70 feet maybe?
Yeah.
And
Which
it's
is
pretty
still
scary.
really scary too.
Yeah, if you come up short, it's not good. So Heather's going to be throwing a backhand, probably just a hyzer. Beautiful.
That looks great.
Oh! Barely short.
And that was a good shot from Heather.
That's an awesome shot, but now she has a death putt. So you really want to have your speed and distance control dialed on this hole. Because if you have a long putt at the water and you miss, that's a bogey. instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot for
shot
Missy
from
as
Missy.
well. These ladies are making it look easy. It's not very
yeah,
easy.
no.
It looks like it should be easy, but I bogeyed it, so
Oh, yeah.
it happens. Settle. Yeah, just a little bit too fast coming into that green, so
Yeah.
she'll have to take it from the drop zone.
Miss the tree. Oh.
Oof. Yeah, that tree will knock your discs down.
Okay, so it looks like Erika and Maria will have to go to the drop zone.
Drop.
She'll have a pretty long putt for her bogey.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Looks like Erika will too. Let's see how that goes.
This drop zone shot is scary. Like, it's
very
hard to
scary.
commit to it. If you overcommit, you have a death putt. If you undercommit, it's tough. Wow. Heather with the clutchest putt ever. She knows right now she's up there on the podium right now, so bangs it, no problem, gets a birdie.
I wonder if she knows. I wonder if she watches scores.
I'm pretty sure she does.
Oh.
Yeah, so it looks like Maria's going to be taking a double,
Mm-hmm.
which is hard when your competitors are getting birdies.
It's very hard, and on this hole, it can happen
Yeah.
very quickly.
Erika has this for her bogey save.
I believe it stayed on the island.
Yeah.
Missy putting for birdie. Good putt.
Great round for Missy so far. Missy and Heather are just shining right now.
Mm-hmm. To be shooting under par in this wind?
Yeah. They're just dialed in. Good putt for Erika. Here's your leaderboard right now. You can really see the difference in the scores. Missy and Heather, who have been keeping it in bounds, making their putts, they're shredding. And unfortunately, Maria and Erika had too many bogeys. But hole 17, 690 foot par 4. The drive, you're just trying to get as far as you can. We have to deal with the low ceiling. There is OB left and there's OB right. Our second shots are kind of landing right around, the backside of this OB that we're flying over. Then we're just trying to get up and down for a par. If some of the long throwers, like if you get a good drive and you still have a driver upshot approach for a birdie, but it's doable. So Heather's putting it out wide over the OB. Did that stay OB?
Oh, it's in
my
bounds.
gosh.
Ooh.
That looked like that was for sure heading OB, but she luckily squeaks by and she'll be on the fairway. Yeah, the goal here is just to keep it low, but pushed as far as you can. This looks like it might be a little bit too
Needs to
overstable.
sit. Oh, that's perfect.
Wow. Beautiful. You don't want to be landing left in the out of bounds. You have kind of a tricky second shot, and there's also a bunch of poison ivy in there.
Yes.
So don't go in there if y'all ever come to play country club.
Oh, and that's a good shot from Maria.
Yeah,
Flirting with the out of bounds a little bit, but
Yeah, if you play more off to that right side, you can go over that OB green fairway and have a more direct look at the basket for the birdie. So
it's a little bit scarier, but you can get rewarded in that.
Yeah, definitely a good risk-reward situation. That one was just a little too high, so she gets knocked down from the trees. She'll just be throwing the straight gap to get up and down maybe for her par. But that does need to settle.
Inbounds. Looks like Heather's going to go with the sidearm approach on this one, just to lay to that little landing zone.
No. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good shot. That little bush right there that she hit, that's a good, anywhere between those and those two little trees is a really good landing zone just to have a hyzer to the basket.
Yeah, Missy threw that one pretty high up in the air. She's in a good spot. Yes, this is what we're talking about. Maria played off to that right side. She has a good look. She probably was wanting to go around that tree she just hit. But she's still, even though she hit it, she should have an easy up and down for her par. Erika ripping out a forehand, which I haven't really ever seen her throw, but that was incredibly smooth. Really surprised to see that.
Yeah.
But good shot for her. She'll have an easy up and down from there.
Heather approaching for her birdie look, it looks like.
It's up a little short, but inside the circle.
Well, she'll definitely be running that one. Missy just throwing a little hyzer.
Forget this is a par 5.
Yes.
So she will have that for her birdie. So she pulls it a little long, but we know that's inside Missy's range.
So far we have 3 birdie looks coming.
Erika, nice little lofty run, but she'll be right underneath the basket. Maria giving her birdie a good bid, but she's going to have a tester comebacker. Missy chuckling at herself. She let that one go a little too low, didn't quite follow through, so she'll settle for the par. Maria 3 putting. It's not what you want to finish your round with.
Heather connecting on the birdie.
She's such a good putter. I don't know, her or Owen. Who do you think's the best putter?
Well, didn't Heather win the putting invitationals?
She did the first one, but not the second one. I think Owen won the second one.
Did she?
I think so. Anyways, both incredible
They're
putters.
both great putters.
I'm very jealous.
I know I got knocked out by Owen in the putting invitational. So.
Yeah. So with one hole to go, this is your current leaderboard.
Hole 18, we have a 381-foot par 3. Such a daunting hole to end on. You have to cover or go over the water. It's a pretty big chunk over the water.
Yeah.
The FPO players that are the long throwers are definitely going to go for the 2 on it, but most of us are just going to throw the hyzer over the water and then just lay up for the par.
Yeah. Thank you. Giving nucks. Saying, we're done. One more hole. DDO is a long tournament. If y'all aren't out here, it's long. So, proud of themselves. Only one more hole to go. So that left route that Heather went is for pretty much predominantly lefties or, forehanders. Throwing over this water with the lefty shot or forehand and hyzering towards that water is scary.
Looks like Missy left a little too wide and hit the tree and went out of inbounds?
Okay.
Erika looks like she turned it over a little too much. And is inbounds.
Good way to finish. Maria's ripping on her destroyer. That's the play for most of us. Something kind of straight that's going to push and continue forward while fading just to get maximum distance. So she'll have a pretty easy up and down, but this putting green is not easy. The elevated basket, the high winds, it's intense. So they want to get pretty much as close as they possibly can on these next shots.
Such a good shot from Heather.
Stand still, full flex. Boom, right there next to the basket.
Oh, looks like Missy's got to do some trick shots under the tree.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, oh my gosh. At that point, you'd almost rather be OB.
Yeah.
Well, she got a decent out. So she'll
be able to approach for her bogey.
Hopefully there's no poison ivy there. Oh, that's not what she wanted. Oh, my heart breaks for her. Those shots where it's like right there and you friggin' throw them into the ground. So she's going to have a long look at her bogey save. So she's probably not going to be ending on a great note, which is unfortunate after that hot round.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, Erika gets up there. She'll have an easy par. Yeah,
Missy just laying it up, yep.
Dang, she was under par. I wonder I don't remember what she was at under, but that double bogey is going to hurt her. Great round by Heather.
She might have finished 1 under.
Okay. Great round from Heather. Kept it clean pretty much the entire time besides that one short putt that was missed. Just a bunch of tap outs from here.
Yep.
Gosh, Maria's tall.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like reaching up as high as I can to grab my disc out of that basket. that'll finish that up. So Missy did end up being
Missy,
under
yeah.
par.
And Heather shot 4 down for the round.
I believe that was the hot round. I think it was 990 something rated. So here's the leaderboard. So congrats to Haley. It was a battle between her and Katrina.
She snagged the first 2 MTs of the year.
Yeah, so here are your top 10. Awesome golf this week. So much fun to watch and commentate. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thanks to Dynamic Discs. Thanks to the PDGA for supporting the coverage, and of course Ace Run Pro for supporting the women. We really appreciate it. We love watching good golf, and thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Yep, and we will see you on the next footage.
Yay! Good enough. We gotta practice those outros.
We gotta figure it out.
It's okay.
See you on the next day.
See you on the next.
See you when we see you.